if you're sitting down in like 3 months and you're like, oh, I want to rewatch Infinity Train Book 3. Oh, I literally can't unless I go on a website with a ton of virus ads. Like, it's insanity. All right, emergency news video time. One that is very shocking, surprising, and concerning. So if you haven't heard from my previous few videos and just the news in general, Warner Brothers was bought by Discovery, and in that process they canceled a handful of like really expensive and nearly complete movies. They also then proceeded to remove a handful of HBO Max original movies and TV series from HBO Max, meaning that those series have no other way to watch them unless some of them are lucky enough to have DVDs. I mean, yeah, you can pirate them, of course, that's always an option, but to like actually watch them and in a way attempt to support the people that created them, you can't do that. But that was a concern because it made no sense why they would do that to me. But I guess I'm hearing it's like a weird tax thing, and also like maybe Discovery being just like selfish and not wanting Warner Brothers content to be visible. I don't know. But the stuff that was removed there was stuff that I didn't know about. It was outside of the cartoon sphere basically, so I had no real concern for it. But now, just about like 30 minutes ago, some sort of report came out saying that HBO Max will be removing a truckload of pretty significant pieces of content. The two biggest ones being Infinity Train and Close Enough. So what do you think about that? It's insane, right? Go ahead and discuss all this in the comments. I'm about to go off for like 12 minutes, so get ready. Now, those are very important because, for one thing, people love Infinity Train. Like, Infinity Train is awesome, and has just been completely mistreated during its entire existence. Part of that mistreatment was it being removed from TV and turning into an HBO Max exclusive series. So, it's kind of a big reason why some people would have even gotten HBO Max at all. And the final 2 books of the series are only on HBO Max. They do not have DVD releases. I don't even know if they have digital releases. They probably don't. So once Infinity Train is spontaneously removed from HBO Max, books 3 and 4 will have absolutely no legal way of watching them. Books 1 and 2 luckily are on DVD and also probably on digital purchasing. I didn't look into if books 3 and 4 are up for digital purchase, but they probably aren't, and they will be gone from legal distribution unless they get a DVD suddenly. But I see no interest on Cartoon Network or anybody's side to make that happen, even though it's extremely popular. Again, of course, piracy is an option, but I never want to condone that because I could get in trouble. And I mean, who am I kidding? Most people who watch the show probably watched it that way anyways. But it's a huge concern that something like I'm sure the Infinity Train crew is like reading this news and being hit like a truck. Like, it's offensive to them to have this series they made removed. It's offensive to all these shows, whether it's an animated one or not. It's crazy. And the same applies to Close Enough. Close Enough is kind of interesting because I don't know if it's aired in North America on TBS, but I was seeing stuff about it like being distributed on TBS. Definitely not every episode, and maybe they even cut it off. So like, definitely like the other 2 seasons of it weren't aired at all. But I know in some other countries it's like on Adult Swim and stuff. If they remove Close Enough from HBO Max, they're removing Close Enough from legal distribution, and Close Enough probably also won't ever get a DVD, especially after being removed from the service. It's strange. It's strange, and it's very scary that they can just do this to 2. I mean, there's a huge list here. Luckily for some of the content on this list, as it's explained, I mean, I could read off the list, but it's explained later down here by these tweets from CN News and Schedules, which is a Twitter account that's amazing and always in the know about everything. Like, they're incredibly focused on this information. Some of this content, like the Cartoon Network stuff that is important to me and in our, I assume most people watching my channel and stuff. Some of it's on Hulu, some of it has DVDs, some of it could be bought, on iTunes or the Microsoft Store. I don't know, does Microsoft Store sell movies anymore? I don't know. There's some stuff where all hope isn't like lost. It's really specifically, from my perspective anyways, it's Infinity Train, Close Enough that are big concerns. I mean, there's also Little Ellen. I think that's HBO Max exclusive. Like, toddler cartoon, but like none of this should be being removed at all at the end of the day. From what I have vaguely read from like reply tweets, this is some sort of tax thing where it's like, if they remove the shows from distribution and they didn't make the money they expected them to make, they don't have to like pay a tax on the budgetary price for the project or something, because it wasn't a return on investment or something like that. So that might be why they're removing it, seemingly. I don't know. So the list, this list is missing a few like unscripted shows, which I guess is like talk show stuff that not to be rude, but the audience of this channel probably doesn't care to know about anyway, so those aren't listed here by CN schedules. But the shows listed, these will all be leaving HBO Max this Friday. Aquaman King of Atlantis, which does have a DVD. Close Enough, Dodo, which I don't really know what that is. Elliot from Earth, I don't know if that might have aired on TV. Esme and Roy, The Fungies, which was HBO Max exclusive, I believe. Infinity Train, which a majority of is HBO Max exclusive. Little Ellen, which I think is HBO Max exclusive. Mao Mao, which I think also aired on TV a little bit. I'm not sure if it became HBO Max exclusive the same way as Infinity Train. Messi Goes to Okido, Mia's Magic Playground, Mighty Magisaurs, Odo, OKKO, The Ollie and Moon Show, Pac-Man and the Ghostly Adventures, some Sesame Street specials, Summer Camp Island, which a portion of is HBO Max exclusive, The Not Too Late Show with Elmo, which, like, it's Elmo. They're removing Elmo. The Runaway Bunny, Theodisa, Tig and Seek, Uncle Grandpa. Very like that's a specific show to remove for sure, because I mean that that aired on TV entirely. Victor and Valentino also pretty much aired on TV entirely, I think. And Yabba Dabba Dinosaurs, which I think is HBO Max exclusive. And then it's just specified down here, there are still some services that these are available on, and of course, no matter what, these are all piratable as well, but I don't want to in any way endorse that. So yeah, so the Aquaman series is on DVD. Infinity Train book 1 and 2 are on DVD, but not 3 and 4. And 3 and 4 also may not be available for digital purchase at all. OKKO is on Hulu. Uncle Grandpa is on Hulu. Maybe they'll be removed from Hulu after this, but hopefully, and probably not, especially because they were TV shows. Victor and Valentino has new episodes coming up this Monday. So yeah, there's confusion. And Mighty Magisaurs is also on Hulu. What the concern is to me is, are these ever going to come back? Because I mean, if they're doing this for this tax purpose, I'm sorry if there's banging, my brother's playing with my dog downstairs. If they're doing this for this tax purpose, like, doesn't that mean that they would never be able to distribute it again? Like, I don't know. I got no clue about that side of things at all. I like most people who are going to be reading this news are just consumers of the content who are big fans and would never in a million years want the content to go away. Whether or not they had already finished watching it, it just seems completely illogical for something that was an incentive to buy something. We bought this service to like see Infinity Train and Close Enough, and then they're going to be gone. And then, if you're sitting down in like 3 months and you're like, oh, I want to rewatch Infinity Train book 3. Oh, I literally can't unless I go on a website with a ton of virus ads. Like, it's insanity. I mean, I was talking before about like the creator side of things. Like, I guess technically the crew involved in these shows have probably already been paid, fully for like what they did on the shows. But it's a matter of like the art itself, like, I feel like, I don't know if Owen Dennis or anybody like tweeted stuff out about this, but it's insane to think these big projects that they dedicated so much to are just going to be gone, and we don't know for how long. But the simple thought that it could be forever is insane. Like, it won't become lost media, because I'm sure it's archived on bootleg Blu-rays and pirating websites and all that stuff. But like, what is going on? This is a very, very bad sign for the industry, and I can say animation specifically, but not everything here. Mostly everything here is animation, actually, now that I look at it. But this is like more of a concern about the streaming world. If they are going to keep pumping out these shows and give us no other option to watch them, like if they don't give them a Blu-ray, then they could just be gone. And yeah, it's very, very likely that in this day and age they'll be archived, so they won't become a complete lost media, aside from like the those problem solver episodes that were on Netflix, but nobody cares about that except for me. And also those have been archived, but it's a pretty poor screen recording that has Korean subtitles embedded on it. But it's just a terrifying thought that all these creatives are going to be paid to make these awesome things, that we're going to love them, and then at any second the studio that's distributing them can just say no, like you can't watch it anymore. Like I would hope that they get some sort of backlash from this and like cancel the plans to remove this stuff or something, but I feel like they won't. I have hope that they won't be gone forever, but there's the slightest chance that they could be, and that's terrifying and just so strange. And I mean, I'm sure you could see as I talk this getting more and more likes and retweets and stuff, and I'm sure by the time this video goes up it'll have even more, because this is super recent. It's like an hour old at this point, almost exactly. So I know that this was a big like ramble. I'm not one to try to be too negative or like try to fearmonger or anything like that, but this is a concern, and it's also from a consumer side of things just very confusing and frustrating, especially just as an animation fan. It's frustrating because Infinity Train as a production already got treated like dirt. They have a movie script written that they will never be allowed to make because the studio just like didn't like the show. Like the way animation is being treated is terrible. And it might be a situation of like it's kind of always been terrible, but like now that social media is such a big thing, and now that like fandom is such a really big, like fandom focusing specifically on the crew behind shows has recently became really big. This is like a whole other topic for something, but like in short, people are really obsessed with show crew members now, and I think through that crew members feel much more comfortable talking about the hardships of working in this industry. So just a ton of like negative shit has been being said about productions and stuff, and just recently Netflix was like burning shit away, like they wiped out a ton of projects. Now HBO Max is probably wiping out tons of projects that we haven't even heard of, which Netflix also did. They wiped out a ton of projects that were near completion, and now they're technically wiping out projects that have been completed for like over a year or two, just because they want a tax write-off, apparently. Like, are you kidding me? Like, the entertainment means nothing to these corporations, and now that they have to focus so much on running these streaming services that they don't even, like, it's a brand new business model, so nobody even understands how to make it work the best way possible. They're just gonna do whatever shit they want, and that shit is deleting shows, apparently. I don't know. It's wild. It's very wild. I'm sorry that this video is just you staring at like a tweet, but I don't know what else I was supposed to do about it. This is just a very quick, like I need to get this out so people hear about it. So come this Saturday, Jimmy from Utah is like, oh, I want to watch Infinity Train Book 3 again, and then they go on HBO Max and it's not there, and they're like, okay, where can I watch it? And then they look it up and it's nowhere. You can't. The only place you can watch it is like Kiss Anime, if that even exists anymore. So yeah, this sucks. This is very concerning and despair-inducing, but we'll see where it goes. I will stay posted about this stuff. I always want to see the brighter side of things, but this is important. And we have no idea where the hell streaming is going to take us as things progress. You hear Disney Plus up their price by like $3? What? The people can't even pay to drive their cars right now, and Disney Plus is increasing the price. Okay, things aren't good. Things are not good on the business side, but the content itself has been amazing. And this is the sad thing, is that we love this content. The executives and such don't care about the content; they care about the money. And if there's no money, it's gonna go away, and it, in this circumstance, could potentially just go away forever because it didn't make the money they wanted to see. And that's insane, because like, you guys remember Infinity Train Book 3, right? Like, did we not all literally cry? Those tears mean nothing to those executives, but they mean everything to the people who made the show, and those people who poured all their lovely creative minds into creating this stuff are being completely thrown under the bus because money is the only thing that matters. Apparently. It sucks. It sucks. Anyways, this was a very different type of tone from me, but you know, this is me. I'm being very, very honest here, and I just hope that things turn out much better. I'll stay posted about what goes on with this whole HBO Max merger disaster. Thanks for watching. You know, I don't know how realistic of an expectation it is, but Infinity Trains Book 1 and 2 are on DVD, not even Blu-ray, because, you know, why would we put an HD cartoon on Blu-ray? That's crazy. So it's possible that if Infinity Train goes away forever and those DVDs become the only way to ever watch it or officially own it, that those DVDs could become expensive. And right now they're like $8. So if that's something you're willing to do, you should buy those DVDs, because I just did. I did before recording this video. Anyways, thank you for watching. Let me know your thoughts about all this, and stay tuned for more positive cartoon content and occasional cartoon panic, apparently.